Most people think the worst part of self-defense is the fight. It's not. The worst part is what happens after, when everything you did gets judged by people who weren't there and don't care how you felt.
From the DJR Empowerment Group headquarters, this is the Readiness Report. Your fast, no-nonsense brief on the threats, trends, and tactics that keep you and your family safe. Here's your host, Kenny DuBose Jr.
Hello and welcome to the Readiness Report. Last week, we talked about the legal side of using force. And here's the truth. Most people don't think about that until it's too late. Self-defense is judged after the moment, not during. In the moment, you're reacting. Everything's happening fast. It's instinctual. You're under pressure. Your adrenaline's pumping, endorphins are kicking. Your body and mind are doing things that you're not used to because you've never trained for it. But the system doesn't see chaos. It doesn't see all of that, what's happening in the moment. It only sees the evidence. Hopefully, you'll only live it once, but they'll review it, rewind it, look at it from different angles and discuss it forever until they decide what's going to be the outcome of the situation. And feeling justified doesn't necessarily mean legally justified. That's the misconception. This is where people go wrong. They think, oh, well, I felt threatened, so I must be justified. No, not the case. That's not how this works. Your feelings have zero to do with it. The law doesn't care what you felt. It cares about what you can prove, and hopefully you can prove that you were legally justified in using legal force in defending yourself or the loved ones that you had with you or someone else that you deemed that needed your protection or your help, right? Ignorance of the law, well, that's no excuse. The mistake most people make, and here's the part nobody wants to admit, a lot of people carrying firearms have never seriously studied the law concerning carrying firearms. Not deeply and not practically, if at all. I'd make a good point of teaching as many laws as I can during class, but most people leave there and forget it immediately. Well, let me ask you this. When was the last time you looked at the laws in your state? Don't answer, it's okay, don't answer. But that ignorance, that's what destroys lives. Emotions can cloud lawful judgment and decisions. That's what I call the trap. That moment when your mental training or lack of mental training shows up. Are you going to make decisions based on your feelings, ego, anger, attitude, pride in the moment? That's what gets judged later, and that's what can get you locked up or worse. Emotions escalate. Law decides. But let's be fair and let's be clear. You don't truly know how you respond under pressure. That's why preparation matters. Because when the moment comes, you don't choose your response. Your training reveals it. The bottom line is this. There are consequences to every action, self-defense or not. You're not defending your feelings. You're defending your life, freedom, future, your ability to go home and stay there. Because once you cross the wrong line, you don't get a take back. There are no take backs in life. If you want a clear framework for building the mental foundation required to be the best everyday defender you can be, the Empowerment Academy walks you through it step by step. Practical, repeated habits that condition your thinking before pressure ever tests it. So what do you actually do with this? This isn't just information. This is responsibility. Know the law before you need it. If you carry a firearm, you have a responsibility to understand the law behind using it. Not surface level or something you heard online. Get in the discussions and the research and see what it is that you can do legally in your area. You need real understanding. If you don't know the law, you're guessing with your freedom. Separate emotion from decision making. You don't rise to the occasion. You default to your level of control. If your decisions are driven by anger, fear, or pride, that's what's going to show up when it matters most. Control your emotions now, or they'll control the outcome later. Understand what you'll have to explain later. After everything is over, you will have to explain what you did. you'll have to do it clearly, logically, legally. And understand this, not every explanation helps you. In fact, some can hurt you. That's why what you say, when you say it, and who you say it to matters more than most people realize. Because if you can't articulate it properly, you won't be able to defend it. Train for decision making, not just shooting. Shooting is a skill. You can learn that. I can teach you that. Most people can teach you that. Decision making, however, is a responsibility and a mindset. One matters a lot more than the other when everything is over. The shot is judged in seconds. The decision is judged for years. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about winning a moment. It's about surviving everything that comes after. The fight might be over in seconds, but what comes after can last for years. There's investigations, charges, courtrooms, consequences. And in that moment, it won't matter what you meant, only what you did and whether it was justified. The fight might be over. The consequences are just beginning. Stay safe, stay prepared, stay empowered.